Hi everyone, Sean Walbin with Secure Cyber, and this is your weekly cyber update. Well, the first article that we'll cover today is a blockchain wallet apparently connected to the U.S. government has been compromised, containing about $20 million. On October 24th, a report came out that the blockchain wallets linked to the U.S. government and containing about $20 million had been compromised, and apparently these wallets had belonged to and correlated with some court records that there was a seizure back in 2016 involving the U.S. government to a hacker where the $20 million was taken and contained into this wallet. It's an interesting story. It goes through the various aspects of how they were able to correlate that the wallets belong to the government, and really shows that some of this blockchain stuff and anonymous currency isn't so anonymous. Sophos has revealed a report that apparently they've been sparring with Chinese threat actors for the last 5 years. Sophos discussed today a series of reports dubbed Pacific Rim that detail how the cybersecurity company has been sparring with Chinese threat actors for over 5 years, and they increasingly targeted network devices worldwide, including those from Sophos. This is really no surprise. We report a lot on this channel about threat actors from China. If you listen to CS Cyber, our podcast with Chad Robinson, we talked a little bit about how Chinese threat actors had compromised Verizon and got access to both campaigns' phone calls. We've talked about Volt Typhoon, and this article actually talks about Volt Typhoon from Bleeping Computer. That also talks about how China has been accessing a lot of our router infrastructure and unpatched old router infrastructure to use as botnets in order to filter the communication and communicate back to Beijing. So this is just a warning to continue to be very vigilant on your networks and looking out for these indicators of compromise, and just know that these threat actors are gearing up for something much larger. Next article is hackers are apparently targeting some PTZ cameras in a vulnerability in order to access those devices. Hackers are attempting to exploit two zero-day vulnerabilities in the PTZ optics pan-tilt zoom live streaming cameras. These cameras are commonly used in the industrial, healthcare, business, conferences, government, and courtroom settings. The article goes on to talk about some specific CVEs that are being targeted, and the reason that we bring this article to your attention is almost all organizations have some type of camera infrastructure at their location, whether you're a government, courtroom type setting, maybe a critical infrastructure with cameras monitoring critical areas of maybe water, wastewater, and power. Please take a moment to inventory those devices on your network. Make sure that you're running regular vulnerability scans and that you're addressing these vulnerabilities as they come out. Last article today, CISA has issued an alert yesterday indicating that there is a very large spear-phishing campaign going on that apparently has remote desktop protocol attachments included. So CISA received multiple reports of a large-scale spear-phishing campaign targeting organizations in several sectors, including government and IT. Foreign threat actors are often posing as a trusted entity, sending spear-phishing emails containing malicious remote desktop protocol files to targeted organizations to connect to and access files stored on the target's network. The bulletin goes on to explain many tactics that you can take in order to, one, avoid these types of situations on your network, as well as some detection techniques that you can use to make sure that you're tuning your email filtering devices to make sure that these types of files don't come into play. We're getting very, very close to an election, and a very big election. There's a lot going on. China and other threat actors are extremely active on U.S. soil. We say it a lot on this channel to be careful out there. And don't worry, I'll say it again at the end. But please, this is a time to be very vigilant on your networks. Be very cognizant of after hours, holidays, and weekend type activity. And just make sure that you've got in the words of CSAB, make sure and Star Trek, of course, make sure you've got your shields up, because this is a critical time in U.S. history. That's all we have for this week. I did want to give a little bit of a commercial if you're in the Dayton, Ohio area on November 18th and 19th. We'll be holding a Capture the Flag event involving it's $199 on Monday, November 18th, to play 2 games. You can come with yourself individually or with teams. This specific event is designed for IT professionals that have no knowledge of cyber range technology, and it'll be an exciting time. General Neil Hersey from U.S. Army Cyber Command, who's retired, will be here on Monday to talk about cybersecurity in nation states and what he saw in the military. You get 2 games of play. You get lunch included. There's a big ribbon cutting in the morning with the governor coming. So it'll be a great time. If you're interested, we'll put the link down in the notes. But again, $199 on Monday, November 18th per person. It'll be a great time. That's all we have for this week. We've moved the show to deploy on Saturday just to make sure that we've captured the entire news cycle. So I appreciate all your viewership, of course, and I appreciate your comments. And hey, like I said, let's be careful out there.